Welcome to Club 2, Episode 2 with FC Tokyo in the J1 League in Japan. And in this episode, we play our first two games with the club. And I think it's pretty important we pick up at least one win from today's games. Welcome to the video, and let's get right into it because we've got two games to play today. We're going to have a look at previous fixtures in case you didn't watch yesterday's episode, which if that's the case, you need to watch them. So the season started here, and we got off to a good start with a couple of wins. Then we had a defeat, then we had 4 draws, and wins were just hard to come by. After them 2 wins, in all of these games, we picked up a win here in the League Cup first round, second leg, a win here in the league, a win here in the league, and that was it. We have not won in the league since the 29th of April. It's now the 2nd of August. In today's episode, we play Sapporo, who are 15th, and Fukuoka, who are 1st. If we have a look at the J1 League, Sapporo, a few places above us on 28 points. We're in 18th place on 19 points. We've only had 4 wins in the league all season, 13 defeats, a goal difference of -15. And yeah, our top goal scorer is Jaja Silva, who has 5 goals. So I think we can see that the issue is scoring goals, especially when we look at the schedule and we see the amount of nuns there are in the goal scoring column. Look at this here. 6 games without scoring a goal. That is just atrocious. You can absolutely see why the previous manager has ended up getting the boot. On the plus side to that, when we look at the league, we are only 5 points away from Urawa Reds and Yokohama FM, and we have 14 games left of the season. Today's game against one of our nearest rivals in terms of the relegation battle is pretty much a must-win game. It's not absolutely must-win, but it is pretty much. Since you were last with me in yesterday's episode, by the way, we have signed a new player. He's in our reserve team. It's not going to make much of a difference. Katsuyuki Nakano has come in. I've actually moved him into my first team because I saw he had quite a bit of potential about him as well. So he's not going to feature today, or not at least in the starting lineup, but there is every possibility he could join us in the matchday squad in the future. And there's also been Yasushi Komatsu has gone out on loan to Gunma. He's not really got much about him. I don't envisage he's going to play much of a part for us in this series. We did go through the dev centre yesterday. As you can see here, we have some really, really good youth players. We've got Sota Sato. I love that name. 2.5-star current ability, potentially 5-star as well. Promising winger, 17 years old. There's a lot of players in our under-18s and reserve squad that could feature for us in the future. And if we get into today's first game against Sapporo, like I say, this is a game we really need to get off to a winning start. If we can get off to that winning start, it would make the future look so much brighter here at the club. But here's a team we're going for, and there's a bit of a surprise. In this league, it's worth noting as well that you can have 5 foreign players in your matchday squad as opposed to 4 as it used to be. And Enrique Trevisan would usually be one of those in the centre of defence, but he's got a slight injury. He's only out for a few more days, I think. Yeah, he's resuming tomorrow. Yamazaki would also be in our defence as well. He's suspended for this game, so we are missing our entire central defence. But you'll get to know the players as we get going. But there is this guy here, Takayuki Watanabe, who can play as a ball-winning midfielder. 2-star current ability, 5-star potential. I'll be honest, I was very close to putting him in this place here instead of Arthur Rezendi, who has just come back from injury. That's why he's got slight fitness concern. But I just thought if he's 2 stars and we go down to Watanabe, who is also 2 stars, I'm very tempted to play Watanabe. It's only because Rezende's attributes are significantly better than Watanabe. But my whole aim here at FC Tokyo, is to give a chance to youth. I want to really give youth a chance and see if we can make this team shine with the youth squad that we've got here. We've not had it previously, so let's make the most of it. But here is the team that's going to go into today's game. We've got Nozawa in goal, Kikuchi left back, Shirai right back, Sato and Chida in the middle of the defence, Yamamoto and Arthur in the centre of midfield, Jaja Silva and Yamamura out wide with Krastev in behind Kinoshita. We are going for a 4-2-3-1 gegenpress. We've made a few slight alterations to the tactic itself. We need to give a squad number to Watanabe. He can have number 23. I'm not giving him number 11. And yeah, we've got some scouts going. I did think we'd found the most perfect ball-winning midfielder who's 4 stars of current and potential ability. He looked amazing. He really did. The price was reasonable. We was going to pay under £1 million for him. And then we got into the contract negotiations and he wanted £30,000 a week. We don't pay anyone, I think, over about £15,000 a week. So I weren't paying that for him. Right, I've not got an assistant manager still, so I need to do this myself. The recent form status of both is within 20. Let's raise their game to their level. Nothing. That's why I need an assistant manager. They've been in a... Oh, no, that's us. We've been in a terrible run of form. 4 defeats and a draw in their last 5 games. What's Sapporo been like? And they've actually been decent. They picked up 3 wins recently. Right, it might take a few games for us to settle into our stride, but to be quite honest, we can't afford a few games to settle into our stride. Right, the first highlight is with Sapporo. Can we win the ball back? Be great if we can and make an attack of our own. Obviously, we've only had a couple of weeks during this mid-season break to get familiar with a new tactic. They were playing a 4-2-4 before we arrived, which of course we did play that at Fukushima. But looking at the squad, this formation, the 4-2-3-1, either this or 4-3-3, really does seem to suit the players that we've got. Right, we have a throw-in. Kikuchi to Jaja Silva. Jaja Silva into the box. Oh, and Jaja Silva's over the bar. It's a goal kick. No, it's not. It's a corner kick, so it must have been a deflection or a save. We're going to go short by the looks of it, and we do. Yamamoto with the ball into the box, pinging about a bit. We get to the loose ball, but the highlight comes to an end. We've had a couple of shots on target. I don't think it's been a bad opening 20 minutes. Possession is almost even. And not much going on at the moment, but Sapporo would obviously be the favourites for this game. They are 9 points ahead of us in the league table. We have a free kick, put the ball into the box. They clear their lines and they bring the ball away. And this could be dangerous. They've got men up in attack. Oh, they're through Kojima and it's 1-0 to Sapporo. Oh, we might need to lower that defensive line because they absolutely... I mean, they had about 5 players on the counter-attack there to about our 2, which is not great. Right, here's Kikuchi with another... We're getting a lot of throw-ins over on that left-hand side. Kikuchi gets the ball back in. It's to Yamamoto, to Arthur. And he's giving it away. Oh... Like I say, I'm not going to panic if we lose here. I mean, we could do with making a challenge rather than just letting them run through on goal. But I'm not going to panic at losing because we're not familiar with the tactic. They're not familiar with me. I'm not familiar with them. There's work. I need an assistant manager. Right, point finger. I want a much better display in a second. Right, they've reacted to that. That's good. Yeah, we've not been good. Has to be said. Here's another throw-in on that left-hand side. They win the ball and they've cleared the ball and we've won it back though. Here's Yamamoto. If we can get an early goal in this second half, because this is what we need to do. We need to just get ourselves scoring goals. Let's not worry about the defence as much at the moment. Let's just concentrate on scoring goals. JJ Silva's through. Oh, what has he done? JJ Silva, he's not even got it on target. And he's our best player. Oh, that was poor. JJ Silva should have done a lot better there, but they've got the highlight now. They're in behind. They've hit the post. Jaja Silva gets it back, gives it to Sato. Right, we're going to make a substitution because we've got Yamamura's on a 6.0. He's having a very poor game. So if we bring him off, we've got another Kikuchi we can bring on. What's Akimoto like out there? Akimoto seems better, so we'll go with him. We'll make a change there as well, because he's not playing particularly well. Kinoshita, he's cost us £2.5 million at the start of the season, and he's really not been particularly good. The problem is we don't really have anyone decent to take his place. I think we're going to bring Watanabe on here as well. We're going to go for 3 changes. I have seen we've got our left back slightly injured, but we're hoping he's going to be able to stay on. Right, we've won the ball back. Here's Akimoto out to our right back who's getting forward. Akimoto, Yamamoto. Oh, and Akimoto. I mean, to be fair, at least it was a nice bit of play and it was a shot on target. So we'll absolutely take that. Right, here's Kinoshita to Jaja Silva. Jaja Silva has scored. It's his 6th goal of the season. It's his first since we've been here. I said we needed to get goals. We've been a lot better in this second half than what we were in the first half. That much is for certain. And I think we're going to take Sato off and bring Fabatum on. Kikuchi seems to be playing a bit better. He seems to be okay. I think that's probably the only change we're going to make. Can we get a second goal and can we rescue a draw from this game? It's been a very even game, to be fair. I don't think a draw would be a wrong result. We're not getting any highlights at the moment, though, so it's not looking particularly promising. 5 minutes of added on time. Does anyone want to do anything? No? Okay, so a 2-1 defeat in our first game of the season. Or first game of, not of the season, but since we've been here. A game we really wanted to win. Point the finger. I don't like what I saw. I'm sorry, I've got standards, my friends. And that overall wasn't good enough. And we've now got Fukuoka, I think I've only lost 2 games all season, away from home next. We're going to hope we don't get a battering. Right, it's a week later. We've got a bit more tactical familiarity and we're ready to play Fukuoka, who are top of the league. Oh, this should be fun. Right, here's a team that we go with. Nozawa in goal, Kikuchi left back, Shirai right back, Sato and the returning Yamazaki in the centre of defence, Yamamoto and Arthur in the midfield, Jaja Silva and Yamamura out wide with Krastev in behind Kinoshita up top. So just the one change. We have got Trevisan available as well, but he just doesn't seem to fit in quite as well as Sato. And Fobasam, I quite like having him on the bench because he's 6'3". He's got 16 jumping reach, 14 for heading. He can mark and tackle a bit as well. And yeah, just seems like a good option to come on later in the game, especially if we're making the most of our set pieces, so to speak. So let's get into the game. And I'm absolutely not expecting anything from this game. We're away against a team that's top of the table. We have got our assistant manager in, by the way. Raul Faria, I think his name is. It's great to have him here. Fukuoka have not been in the best of form, to be quite honest. They're playing a 4-4-2. We won't bother looking at our form because we know we've been rubbish. But we did score in the last in the last game rather. The highlight starts with them. We're in white today. Beautiful white away kit. And they're coming forward. They're through and they've hit the ball just wide. I think we kind of got away with it a little bit on that one. I didn't actually check what the attendance was in our last game where, I mean, like I say, we have a capacity of 50,000. We're never going to get anywhere near 50,000, especially when we're a struggling J1 league team. But, you know, I'm open to being in the J2 league next season. the fact that we might get relegated. There is a chance we are going to get relegated. Whether the club keep me or not is another matter. I'm assuming they will do, but it's a bit early to be resigning ourselves to relegation. But we've got to face facts that it is a possibility, and that's why there'll be players we'll be looking at moving on, bringing through youth. Really want to make the most of our youth centre because we do have a really decent one. But we have a highlight going on here with Fukuoka coming forward, and our goalkeeper made a bit of a hash of that one, I've got to say, and I think we've probably got away with another one. To be fair, we're the only team that's had any shots on target at the moment. We haven't seen them shots on target, but we have had them. We've had 2 of them. Fukuoka have not really created a great deal. We have a corner here with Krastev. Oh, the keeper's had to make a save. That was close. Now, that's not got hit on the counter and the highlight ends, thankfully. Oh, we came so close to taking the lead. They have this highlight, though. Nathan with the free kick. Oh, and it's over the bar. I mean, I don't want to jinx it by saying they're not very good at getting their shots on target because they'll start getting them on target. But we've won the ball back there in the midfield. Good ball to Jaja Silva, who then goes and loses it. Come on, win it back. Someone win it back. Let's not concede this close to half time. We're doing really well in this first half. And I'll tell you what, the fact that we are doing this well actually does give me some confidence and belief. And they've gone and shot it just wide. It's taken a deflection and gone out for a corner. A minute and a half remaining plus added on time of the first half. Corner goes in, but it's gone back out for another corner. There's a lot of pressure on our goal from Fukuoka right at the end of this first half. I'm not a big fan of it, I've got to admit. I quite like if our keeper could just come out and gather the ball. But we get to half time, 0-0, and I would say overall, we've probably edged that first half. The XG might tell a different story, but we've had 4 shots on target compared to their 1. We've had more possession, almost the same with passes completed. Right, relax and play the rest of this match with freedom and confidence in yourselves. Really? Okay, they seem to like it. I mean, the subs bench got anxious. I'm not sure why, but they did. But yeah, if we can just get a couple of wins on the board as well, it'll help improve morale. Krastev with a free kick, and I don't think it hit the bar. I think it was actually the keeper saved it. We've had a couple of close calls here, and that's a goal kick. Not sure really what happened there, but it doesn't matter. We are getting towards substitute o'clock. Krastev and Yamamura could well be coming off. In fact, it is substitute o'clock. So if we bring Krastev off and bring this guy on, you don't really like that, but he likes it even less. In actual fact, I think we're going to go back. We'll take Yamamura off and bring Kikuchi here. Kinoshita can come off for Akimoto. The problem we've got now is we don't really have an option to bring him off, and he's only on a 6.2. Right, let's just stick with it. Just see what happens. We'll throw enough dirt at the wall and hope that something sticks. But to be fair, if this finishes 0-0, I'm not going to be disappointed. Fukuoka are coming forward again. They do look dangerous when they come from. Adam Milson's through, and our keeper's made a good save there. It's gone out for a corner. 15 minutes of the match remain. The corner goes in. It goes back out to the corner kick taker. Oh, I thought it was going to be a deflected goal, but it's gone out for another corner. Right, we are going to look at making another change. Shirai is looking rather knackered. I mean, we've got a few players that look at... Our forwards just are not doing the job for us, are they? Right, Shirai's on a yellow card and knackered. So if we take him off, let's bring this guy on as well for Bassam comes on for Sato. Double change in defence. If we can get a corner or a free kick and get the ball aimed towards Fabassem, that could be a route to goal. Here's Yamazaki now to our right back. I'm not going to even try and pronounce his name. Here's Arthur. We've not seen a great deal of us on the ball, I have to admit, in this game. Yamamoto gives it away. They get the ball back. They seem to be through. And they finally scored. Oh no, I think it's been disallowed. We do have VAR in the J League, by the way, so this could be a VAR review. They're going to check the goal. Come on, ref, disallow it. Get in. The referee has disallowed it, and I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to go to a balanced mentality. And if we just have a look at this, I'm going to drop him maybe to here. I'm not going to go with 3 defensive midfielders, but Krastev can, actually loves that position, doesn't he? Shame he's not playing particularly well. Lizuka can come on. Right, who prefers to play in what positions around here? Arthur looks a bit better in that position. Yamamoto seems to like that position as well. Joe, I think we're just going to stick with this. It's not. I've never played a 4-2. I've never played a 4-3-3 this way round before. It's usually 1 here and 2 here. But let's go with it. Let's see what's the worst that can happen, as they say. Right, we have a corner. Let's get it on for Bassam's head. Kikuchi's going to take it when he feels like it. Gets the ball in. Akamoto goes back out to Kikuchi. To the other Kikuchi. Oh, we scored! Akamoto! Second goal of the season. Akamoto has put it in. We are 1-0 up. Away from home to Fukuoka. Oh, this is spectacular. Oh, we've got 4 minutes of added on, or 3.5 minutes of added on time remaining. Can we keep hold of this lead? This would be a huge 3 points against a team that's only lost 2 games all season. We did have the ball, but we gave it away again. I mean, the game's going to be cruel, isn't it? It's not going to let us have this win. Come on, does someone tackle? Fabassem wins the header. That's what he's on for. Lizuka gives it to Jaja Silva. Finds Akimoto. It's 2! Akimoto has made it 2-0. We are in dreamland. Oh my word. We have beaten Fukuoka by 2-0. And I'll tell you what, you look at the stats, I think we deserve it. As substitute fantastic, Takahiro Akimoto, the man that can play every position on the pitch. I'll tell you what, son, you're playing up front in the next game. There's no doubt about that. Right, let's do the team talk. That was amazing. It was whatever the word was they used. Fukuoka now dropped to 2nd in the league. We've knocked them off the top of the table. We now are 3 points away from Urawa Reds, who are the next team above us. We're 5 points ahead behind Yokohama. I don't really care where we finish, as long as it's not in the red. So I will take that. We had a defeat against Sapporo, who have they just won again? They must have won at some point because they've now moved up to 11th in the table. But what a win for us against Fukuoka, the team that's top of the league. Akimoto on form. I mean, he'd only scored 1 goal before that this season, and he's now scored 2 in one. Well, not even one game. It was 65 minutes or whenever we brought him on. Let's give him the praise that he absolutely deserves. We'll quickly whiz through the press conference. Akimoto ends goal drought where he's played over 13 hours of competitive football without a goal before his 85th minute strike. Goals in the 85th and 93rd minute, giving us the win in that game. Our first win in a long time. The first time we scored 2 goals in a game since we beat Ryukyu from the J2 League. Our first time in the league we've scored 2 goals since basically the opening 2 games of the season. That's how poor we've been going forward. Right, we're going to move on for a few more games. We'll come back around this time in September, probably for something like Niigata and Yokohama. Yokohama could definitely be a match where we're playing against a team that's right next to us in the league. and then we'll finish with the final 2 games of the season on Monday. But yeah, what an episode. So glad to pick up that win. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. Any players that have stood out for you. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.